Hi, this is Cindy, the Crazy Old Sock Lady, back for another installment today. We're going to talk about where I get my yarn, where I store it, how I store it, and why I store it the way I do. But before we get started, we have a giveaway on Facebook. You have to go to our Facebook page. You have to make us a teeny tiny sock. Send it to me. It has to be postmarked by April 30th. Drawing is on Mother's Day, May 12th at 2 o'clock. It'll be live on Facebook. So check that out. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And please comment below. Tell us if you'd like to see any content or anything else like that. All right, now I'm still doing a lot of stuff that's about setups. So here we're going to get started. And I'm going to give our lovely cameraman, my glorious Spawn, an opportunity to span all the way up and see all of the yarn that we have. That's just sock weight, fingering weight yarn. Okay. So on this first shelf here, all the way around, is our cones. Now, all of my cones, for the exception of 3, have come from supergarn.com. supergarne.com. I like them. They're 500 and 600 grams. The first round of them knitted up a little loose. Second round that they did making the cones, they're getting better. These 3 right here are my silks. I keep them together so I know that they're the silks. I actually got these from Erlbacher Gearhart. And they're 10% silk, 90% merino wool or something like that. They're nice and squishy and soft. So I keep all my cones down here. I also keep all my little goodies for Franken socks later. Or Franken scarves or Franken hats or Franken blankies or whatever I choose to do with them. So this next shelf here, and that's from here over. These are all my doubles. These are all yarns, so I have 2 skeins of them. And so I have active yarns. I have some opals, and when I get my opals, I get those from Anna Fisher, which is fisherwool.com.
Not sponsored.
No, none of these are sponsored. I'm literally sharing with you where I get my stuff and why I buy it where I get it. It's the best price on the opals that you can get. Getting the sampling box, the tasting boxes are absolutely fantastic. There's a great price. I'm not going to share the price because that's for Anna Fisher to do, and you'll just love her. She's wonderful. On this side here, from here all the way in back to the corner, is the ones where I have 5 of. So I have at least 5 skeins of these. Now, like, these come from Ice Yarns, and they're in Denmark, and so I believe it's iceyarns.com. Again, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just like where I get them. This little section right here, this is my pride and joy. These are my cottons and cotton blends. Active, which is part of the Supergarn line, they make a glorious 50, 25, 25 wool cotton polyamide blend that's just super soft and lovely. This is one that came from, and I have to read this. I can't read it, so I'm just going to hold it up really close to my cameraman so you can see it. But this is where I got it, and we can blame Celeste Angelo, who, by the way, makes the most glorious speedster handles. I don't know if she makes handles for other machines or not. You can check her out on the Circular Sock Knitting 2.0 group on Facebook. And hit her up for all that information. So now up here on the 3rd row, these are all the things that I just have the equivalent to make, 100 grams. So I've got some kids opal up here. I've also got some stuff from the hobby.com, HOBBII.com. That's where I get some of my yarns. I like those. I noticed with the hobby and the ice yarns, I do have a tendency to have to tighten those stitches up a little bit. Tends to knit a little looser, but they're still nice and they feel good on the foot. Some of them have really great sheens and things like that. And over here, this is kind of my solids. And over here, I have stuff that came from hobby.com. I have Knit Picks here, which is where I get a lot of my tweeds and things like that from. But I've also gotten some of that from some of the yarns I've bought from other ladies that were downsizing their stash. I know that's sacrilege. It's blasphemy. I had to give it a good home. Don't fault me, okay? And remember, I'm not the sock police. And up here on the very top shelf is things that I have 4 of. So again, more ice yarn, super garn. I got knit picks up here. One of the things that I like about this, in the corner I've got some funky stuff, and I got my dyeables back there, but we haven't done any dyeing in a while, so we'll get to some of that. But the reason where I want multiples is if I decide to make a hat and a scarf and fingerless gloves and a pair of socks for somebody as a gift, well, now I have enough yarn to do all that. Or if I just want to blow through them and say, okay, here, and then that way people will say, I want my fingerless gloves to match my socks. They can. I want a headband that matches my socks or my scarf. I can do that. And so I like being able to offer that. A lot of times I'll show off a picture of something and somebody will be like, ooh, I'm like, oh, that one's already sold and I don't have any more of that yarn. So I have found that having at least 2 is good, but 4 is more ideal. And this is just how I keep and store my sock yarn for the time being. Like I said, if you come across an opportunity to get some from somebody who's destashing, snatch it up. It's usually a great deal. Value-wise and price-wise, super garn, you pay international shipping. If you buy right, it's it works out to about $4 or $5 a skein per 100 grams roughly. Hobby has I want to say free shipping. No, yeah, over a certain amount, like $50. It's a small amount. They have free shipping from Denmark, and then the ice yarn, the ice yarns. I believe that's the stuff that comes from Turkey. It's free shipping all the time, and so I was happy to, do that. So I don't pay a lot. We pay a lot for yarn in the U.S., and all of these yarns are 75, 25. So they're good for that. Many of them are superwash, and on the active on the super garn weight, they say that it's cute. It's super wash equipped is what it translates to in English. But I've washed them, I've dried them, and they hold up well. I haven't worn through a pair of socks from any of these people yet, and some of them I've been buying for a long time. So I enjoy my yarns, and this is how I store them and why I keep them all in bags, clear Ziploc bags, so I can see. Like, I'm going to pull this one down. And like, when I buy from hobby.com, I only buy the sock yarn that's on sale. So, what's nice about that is, I walked away with these for half the price. And everything that I've made so far with the hobby yarn, I've really enjoyed. And I was really saddened to see that my local yarn store that I get my sock yarn from, they closed. L&B has closed. So that was a sad day. And if they've moved, I don't know where they moved to. I do want to show off one new thing, or a couple of new things that I got from Super Garn. Because for those of you who know or don't know, I also have adding machines, and they're good for worsted and chunky weight. These here are from Super Garn. I love the way these feel. These are called Forever Yarns, and they are for 50% wool and 50% basically acrylic, and they have a nice sheen. They're very soft. I haven't knitted with them yet, but I think I paid like the equivalent to like $2.80 a skein per 100 grams. I mean, so crazy good price for something that's 50% wool. We can't get that for acrylic anywhere in this country. And then I did actually buy some of the chunky acrylic to do some chunkier things later on in some pretty colors, but we'll play more with that later. But anyway, that's where and how I store my yarn. And why? Because I want to see it all. Because I want to walk in and say, I have a new shirt. And I need a pair of socks that's going to match. And believe it or not, I do that way more than I should. But I enjoy it a great deal. Well, thank you for checking in with us today and for walking around in the studio again. And I'm going to have to rework these shelves apparently because I'm going to need more fiber. Shh. It's not hoarding if it's yarn. We posted that, and that has gone kind of mini viral, by the way, on Facebook. Over 31,000 views on that single meme. So thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Leave us comments. Check out our Facebook page, The Crazy Old Sock Lady, and enter our giveaway. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
My only concern from this distance, here, say something.
Hello, how are you? Na, 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 na. Hey, like and subscribe, man.